Hello and welcome to day 19 of this trading series. Today's trade is from April 25th, and I am working with the futures account that I had showed in last week's video. This was a futures challenge account that I had started up after completing trading for the month on my live accounts. You can see that in a few videos back. So I'm working with the same challenge account still. I will show you guys what this is looking like. So I can see this is the challenge account. It was a $100,000 account. And for this particular day, I did earn $1,684.50 on top of like the 700 something that I had earned in last week's video. So you guys can check out last week's video. I'll link it too if you guys want to see what that looks like. But that's what this account looks like. So this is day 2 of this account. I am here on NQ. So this is like the NASDAQ equivalent of futures, and I'm on the 1 minute time frame. This trade is not something I suggest doing. This is a good example of how you can still be wrong in your analysis, but like potentially make money if your risk management's good. And that's kind of what happened here. I do not suggest this at all. If you're a beginner, please don't get tempted to do what I'm about to show you here. I was trading consolidation, which is what you can see here in this area that I have marked up. And that is a bad idea to do for anybody. Honestly, it's a bad idea to do, but like it's definitely a bad idea for beginners because there's so much consolidation all the time. You really should be waiting for like a clean break and then going with the trend. But in this case, I'm human too, and I guess I just did something stupid. But it did work out for me. But please know that it does not always work out for you to do this type of trading. Please don't get tempted to do it just because it worked for me on this video. I'm showing this because I want to be transparent about the full month. But I really it's hurting my soul to show this because I don't want people to think that this is like a good way to trade, because this is actually a really bad way to trade. And it worked out for me. And I just don't want people to think that it will always work out, because it doesn't always work out like this. But I'm going to review it and go through what my thought process was here. But please know that I was wrong, and it doesn't work out like this all the time. Okay. What I was seeing here was that there was a bearish trend. We had been going down. And you guys can see that there was bearish momentum. And then it consolidated. And I did have a breakout that was happening here with some bearish smiley faces. So I had thought that it was potentially going to continue down. What I was waiting for was like some sort of pullback to happen, some sort of like retest, I guess, of, either this previous area or maybe even a little higher. And that is what happens in this zone. And I don't have a different smiley face, so I didn't have a bullish smiley face print. I still had a bearish smiley face, which is how I used Happy Trail. I used the most recent smiley face, as well as like my analysis, and going with the trend. And I was going with the trend here, so I was just waiting for some sort of like retest of a little bit of a better price, basically, to get in, and retest of this consolidation, or a little bit of a pullback into it so I could get in at a better price rather than way down here. So that's what I was looking for here. And I did get it around this area. So you can see that's kind of what I was looking at. And in my head, I was continuing to look for bearish momentum. I wanted to continue with what was happening. I just wanted a better price. And my most recent smiley face was still bearish. So for me and my rules net, so I was okay with this. The only thing it did not have that I normally would want is like an actual breakout. Again, though, I was too late here to the markets. Like I wasn't here yet at this time. So I was kind of coming in around this area, and I wouldn't have gotten in until I had like a bearish candle or something to confirm that, hey, momentum might be switching up now, and that this bullish uprise was stopping, and then, some bearish candles were coming into play. And anyhow, that's what I'm looking more for. And that would signal potentially a continuation of what was the overall trend at the time for this time frame. But as you can see, it did work out. I was not greedy here with this. I was just targeting the bottom of that consolidation zone area. I just kind of wanted a quick in and out this day. It worked out for me. That's what I targeted. Did talk about this though in the last video, how with futures, I'm learning still with them how to get in and out a little bit faster and not learning to hold the way I kind of would with Forex. Yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve for me still, but at this time I've been learning and I was trying to get in and out of there pretty quickly. And yeah, that's exactly what happened here. So I happened to get lucky that this played out well, that the market did actually come below to test my zone of consolidation I had marked. It did hit the area for a take profit that I had wanted. So I just got lucky in that, my rules were all met as far as what the market gave me and then where I went for my risk management as far as how I played that out. It worked out for me for this trade. However, if you're looking at what the market actually ends up doing, I would have been totally wrong had I tried to hold longer for a larger risk to reward or like used even market structure like down here or something. So this is just one of those cases where everything kind of just aligned and I got lucky and I wasn't overshooting. I was really just wanted a little bit like a closer to like a 1,500 or so profit. That's kind of what I look for usually when I'm working with these 100K accounts, like usually somewhere between like for you normally what would be like a 1.5 reward. But in this case with futures, it works a little bit different. But anyhow, about 1,500 or so if I'm on a 100K account is what I look for in a trade. And I had gotten that with this markup. So I didn't need to hold a little bit lower. But yeah, had I even gone like to the bottom of this area where it initially had broken out from, I definitely would have lost and been stopped out. So this was a little bit of luck here for sure. So please note that with this particular trade, this isn't something I would suggest ever doing. I really don't think you should be trading any sort of consolidation like this. And, sometimes losses happen. So had I just marked up lower or used, structure or something to the left and I had gotten a loss, I would have been okay with that because this did follow my rules. It's not that I broke my rules or anything like that. It's just that happens sometimes. Losses do happen. And you guys have to learn how to be okay with it. In this particular case, though, it's just not smart to trade consolidation. And I definitely knew it at the time that it was like a little riskier to do what I was doing here, like waiting for this like pullback and not just waiting for it to come back down and break and make a new lower low. So just keep that in mind. I really ideally should have waited for it to pull back up into this area, come back down and create a new lower low beneath here, making new structure instead of just like trading within the consolidation. I am a little more experienced and I am usually okay and comfortable with trading in the consolidation areas, but I also am very well aware of the risk that comes with trading within that consolidation. And I will be the first to tell you, my win rate drops dramatically when I start trading consolidation like this versus just a clean breakout like I had just described. Like if I had just waited to see if it would give me a new, lower lows and then enter again. So please bear in mind that, yeah, you will definitely see more losses for sure if you try to trade consolidation like this. But I did want to be honest about it because this is a real trade I took and I said I would show you guys all of them and I don't want to like just sweep this one under the rug like it didn't happen. It happened. I'm not super proud of this trade, even though it did work out for this account. It's just, please be careful. I don't want people forming bad habits based off of videos that I'm showing you guys, but this is the reality of what I took on this account, and that was my rationale and thinking for this trade. That is it for this video and this trade and the rationale for it, and I will see you guys in next week's video.